I recently traded in my Volvo XC40 Recharge for a Chevrolet Equinox 2RS, which is the same car that Tom Malogny has. I figured if I wanted to be a baller YouTuber, I had to get the Chevy Equinox RS. It's the same one that Tom has. It's also the same one that Tyler has. I think Tyler has the 3RS. And Liv and Patrick also have a Chevrolet Equinox as their secondary car to their Mustang Mach-E. So it seems to be a trend in YouTube recently, and it definitely was a compelling price. Obviously, I'm joking about being a baller YouTuber, but the Equinox is becoming a very mainstay of the EV community, and I myself could not find a reason not to go through with the transition. Regardless, as a result of that change, and by the way, I'm going to take you guys out after I discuss this real quick just to show you the car. You can take a look at what I got. I decided to cancel my membership at the Tesla Supercharger, and I'm going to explain why. There's a couple of reasons. I pay $13 a month in order to get discounted rates, and with my Volvo XC40 Recharge with the charge port on the correct side for usage at Tesla Superchargers, I was okay. But I was finding there was multiple things with Tesla Supercharger stations that were problematic. Occasionally, people kind of gave me dirty looks. A couple of people actually commented about a non-Tesla charging at a supercharger, and I know in large that's not a problem, but there is still a predominant usage of superchargers by Tesla owners, and some owners don't seem to be welcoming. That's just been my experience. Secondly, I wasn't getting really good charging speeds. And I don't know if that was something unique to the Volvo. I have seen on Tom Malogny's video recently, he charged at the supercharger and it actually charged faster than at the EVgo 350 kilowatt. Really good video, very detailed analysis of Equinox charging. If anyone hasn't seen that, I recommend going to look at that if you're considering an Equinox. It's really well done. And also anything concerning features inside the Equinox. If you want to have walkthroughs of just about anything, Tyler over at the Average EV has a good library to educate from. Still, in my experience, I was seeing that I wasn't getting throughput as expected, and maybe stations were getting derated because they were overutilized. I don't think that was the case at the stations I was seeing the problems with. Occasionally I would get full speed, but most of the time I wasn't. But since I transitioned and the charge port is in the wrong place, and it's in the wrong place similar to our Cadillac Lyriq, which is the driver's side front panel pulled back towards the wheel well, it is challenging to get into a position where the V3 dispensers, short cables, are able to reach. Now, apparently there's going to be solutions with purchasing extension cables, and Tesla's talking about all these solutions. It's not a problem, so on and so forth. It's going to be a problem for a long time. There's a lot of superchargers out there that are V3. Most of the ones that I posted up to were V3, and the shorter cable was an issue for people in GM cars. There's just no way around it. I think F-150 Lightning, if you're going to be honest, is going to be similar. Thirdly, I also got tired of the use of the adapter. It's a two-handed approach where you have to show up with your phone. You got to put your phone down. You got to clip the adapter onto the handle and then snap it in place. My new car, the Equinox 2024 2RS, is got a CCS1 port, and so I will still need to use adapters. So all these things combined, and a lot of the Tesla supercharger stations, the new ones are nice, but a lot of the old ones out there are just not great charging stops, not a lot of amenities, and they're definitely not going after the Iona motif of putting a bathroom and concessions and canopies at their location. It's very rare where you see a Tesla supercharger with a canopy, and most of the time they use the partner services in order to provide amenities if they're even available. And all these things combined, I don't know. It was thought to be a silver bullet for charging across the United States. We'd be able to have ubiquitous stations. And if you look at my area, yeah, I've got a lot of stations. That is true. Except I don't charge in my immediate vicinity. First station I need is up here like in Durham. And with my new Equinox, which actually has 60 miles more range than the Volvo XC40 Recharge, I can get all the way to the Atlantic coast, all the way to Wilmington before I need to charge. So my sphere is much larger now. And so all these stations I don't need anymore, making my options that I was using before the Tesla Supercharger Access was opened, which were basically EVgo and ChargePoint, were my two main go-tos. Duke Energy also is the utility provider in here, and they have some pretty good locations in important areas that I've utilized with some frequency. And as of late, Electrify America has lit many stations around me as well. So I'm debating if I want to do a EVgo membership or an Electrify America membership. I'm still kind of on the fence there. I haven't decided, but I have officially canceled my Tesla Supercharger membership for the reasons I described. I don't want to use an adapter. Maybe I'm just spoiled. I don't know. I don't want to use an adapter. I don't want to have to nose into the millimeter distance away from the bollard in order to get a sufficient length from the cable. And I don't want the hassle of being heckled while I'm charging or given dirty looks or things like that. Especially now that I'm in a car that's going to be occupying 2 spaces. There's actually been some hostility directed at people who are doing that on posted on social media. Don't need it. So I'll go to Iona, I'll go to ChargePoint, I'll go to EVgo, I'll go to Electrify America. I've got plenty of other options. And I'm fine with leaving the Tesla Supercharger network for people who drive Teslas or who are driving cars where it makes sense for them. And this is just my personal opinion. I found that whole adapter thing got old really quick. I was a Tesla Supercharger member for probably about 2 months. And I used them pretty heavily. I probably, in that 2 months, I don't know, at least a couple of dozen charging sessions at Tesla Superchargers. I use it pretty heavily, and my son also went to the coast. He took the Volvo to Myrtle Beach for New Year's Eve and charged a Tesla Supercharger. So probably a couple dozen sessions in total. And that whole process of getting out, getting the adapter, clicking it on, putting the phone down, because you'd need the phone in order to start the session, and then picking the phone back up, finding the stall, swiping, and starting the session is much different than the EVgo Auto Charge Plus experience that I've become accustomed to. Anyway, let's go outside and take a look at the new car. So here's just a quick walk around. I'll do other videos showing other features of the Equinox as time goes on. But as you can see, it's blacked out with black rims, similar to Tom Malogny's car. It doesn't have a sunroof, and I find I don't miss it. I actually didn't like the fact that the Volvo we had the sunroof. I actually kept the shade closed all the time. And I'm finding that it's bigger on the inside than the Volvo. It costs less for sure. Bigger on the inside. It's also bigger on the outside. My Volvo, when it was parked, didn't nose close to the door as much as this one does. We have these little yellow things in order to mark our placement. It's kind of like the tennis ball concept. And it comes back further. So it's a larger vehicle, which I definitely appreciate. More is more as far as I'm concerned in vehicle size. And for the price, holy smokes, what a nice car. Let's go inside and take a look inside. Okay, this is what is known as the 2RS. RS stands for Rally Sport. And obviously, this isn't a Rally Sport design car, but they use the name just to indicate it's a more sporty package. And it does have some pretty good pickup. I mean, it's not going to win any straight line acceleration races in EV stables, but it does pretty respectably. The 2RS and the 3RS are the two models for the 2024. They've actually normalized that in 2025. But between 2024, 3RS and 2RS, the options you lose for saving $2,000 are driver memory, ventilated front seats, dual zone climate control. You can see I only have one zone of climate control. The universal home remote, so I need to have a garage door clicker on my visor, and heated rear seats. So if you are looking to get a inventory clearance at a discounted price, which is what this is, it was sitting on a lot. They were trying to clear the inventory of 2024. I got a terrific price on it. The options between the 3RS and the 2RS,
cost $2,000 more. And this was presented to me. They actually didn't have a 3RS as an option. Tom Malogny also has the 2RS. And I find I'm fine. I've got power seats over. The one thing I do miss is the memory seats, because me and my wife both drive this car, and it's really nice to have the positions recorded. And that not being the case is definitely a detriment. But the other things I really don't mind. I mean, it has Super Cruise, which is an uptick from the Volvo. And as I said, it's larger. The center console also, it uses Android Automotive similar to the Google, is something that is definitely appreciative. The way I normally keep it is over here on the center console infotainment is a overview map, and then I do my turn by turn map here. And there are different gauge center console options to choose from. Most people, I think, keep it here at this display. I personally like to keep it here. It seems clean. I normally don't plot my course unless I'm going on a trip somewhere and I need the navigation, but I just kind of like the cleanness of the center console here, and then my speed indicator and battery percentages over here. But all in all, it's a great car if you're thinking of a moderately priced electric vehicle while we wait for the Bolt V2 or Boltium to come out. The Chevrolet Equinox is definitely an option. Thanks for watching.